Hey everybody, it's Dr. Rick here, dropping in on you, headed to the gym. It's been a busy day, a lot's going on, but that's the story of my life. I live my life to take advantage of every second. Sometimes that requires rest and, obviously sleep and rest and interaction with others, but I want my time to count and I work hard. You hear me say a lot that I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I can die on E. And simply put, that means I'm living my life so that there are no regrets. It doesn't mean that I don't make the mistakes, that I haven't had things in my life that I wish would have went different ways. What it means is that I will have given life everything I have. That I would have poured myself into my existence, and that I will have left my imprint on this world, that I would have created a legacy that will speak of me long after I'm gone. And I challenge you to do the same thing. Before I talk to you about what it is I want to talk to you about, I want to remind you that we are in the middle of a fundraiser. We're pushing extra hard this week to raise $5,000 by the end of the week. So that means today and tomorrow. We have a long way to go. We haven't even reached close to 1,000 as of yet, but we're still pushing. My goal is to get there, to make some things happening. But the organization's number one focus right now is the Black Men Lead Rite of Passage Initiative, because of all of the different elements and components that it serves within the community, and the need for creating strong Black men that can take the positions and the roles that are so necessary and empty right now. Out of the 2.3 million people incarcerated in America, over 1 million of those are Black males. We talk a lot about 1.5 million Black men missing. There go a million. They are in prison, and there are all kind of things. And it's easy to say poor decisions without understanding the dynamics at play that create the atmosphere and the environment and the lack of guidance, leadership, education, and so much more that takes us to that place of poverty that has such a strong influence on criminality. But we also must deal with trauma. We must also deal with mental illness and mental health, a big issue within the community that's not being touched, that we service consistently, and we are tremendously underfunded. If you want your daughters to be safe, you need to make sure that the men that they're engaging are whole. We are failing in that area. But I believe that there's a way to bridge it. I believe that there's a way to grow it, and that's the work we're doing. And we also have programs for young Black girls. We have been doing that for years. Nothing has changed. Nothing will stop. We will continue to push on. We will continue to build. We will continue to grow in all of these areas, but we definitely need your support right now. What I want to talk to you about is something that I'm immensely proud about, and I want to kind of get into it, but I want to also remind you that we're days away from the release of my 25th book, and I've sort of changed the name of it in the last second. The first part is still the same, but the subtopic is different. But the War on Black Wealth: Breaking the Code. That book is coming out. You can order it. The link is in the book. You can pre-order it. The link is in the book. I mean, in the description box. I am, extremely proud of the work I've done. It is a highly comprehensive piece. It's not just talking about all the things that stop Black people. Yes, I talk about redlining, Black codes, urban renewal, benign neglect, gentrification, all of the other different elements that have been at play that have worked against us. I talk about the massacres in some of the most affluent Black townships, like Rosewood, like Wilmington, North Carolina, like Slocum, Texas, like Tulsa, Oklahoma. Black Wall Street. I talk about all that, but I also talk about ways that we have shot our own selves in the foot. But most importantly, I spend the last part of the book talking about ways that right now blacks can take control of their finances day by day, step by step. I don't care what level of the socioeconomic ladder you're on right now, you can climb the ladder, but you have to change your mentality, you have to change your practices, you have to change your habits, and you have to engage in proper money management. And I talk about that in a systematic way, in ways that even someone who is struggling with more bills than they have money can come out of it, and it can happen. The idea, one of the ways that you subjugate a people is to convince them that there's no way out. And what I can tell you is I came from having a catastrophic collapse in my business career a little over 15 years ago to completely restructuring it, rebuilding it from scratch with nothing. That's the difference. What was the difference in me starting with nothing and a lot of the other people who live in this country, blacks that are struggling and barely making ends meet, if they're making ends meet? What was the difference? I knew how. I had did it before. I understood principles. I handled and looked at money. Yes, I don't care how good you at. You can make a couple of poor decisions and you can be out of there. But the difference is if you understand how to do it. If you've built it, you know how to build it. And I've built it, so I built it again. And now I'm going to show you how to build it. And I map it out step by step in this book. And I'm going to partner with other people along the way as we do this to create more means and mechanisms. Matter of fact, I've already partnered with a group of extremely knowledgeable people in each of their own rights and in areas of discipline. And we are creating mechanisms as we speak that's going to help blacks as a whole close the wealth gap. There's so much about the way this country is structured that you don't understand, from taxes to tax codes to banking to understanding the difference between currency and money and so many other different things that the average person simply doesn't understand. And we're setting up to bridge that gap. But in the meantime, I have set up in this book a step-by-step process of coming out. Man, I'm gonna tell you a place that we're really missing is in the area of insurance. Most of our people see insurance simply as this, life insurance simply as this, the thing that's gonna pay for our funeral when we're gone. Life insurance has for certain groups been a mechanism of wealth building for years, and you have to know how to structure. We're going to talk about trust, how to use trust to protect yourself from tax liabilities, how to use trust to build strong. There's so much we're going to talk about in this book, and I'm so excited about it. I want you to be a part of it. So I want you to support what we're doing in the community for this fundraiser, but I also want you to order this book. I want you to invest in yourself in this book. It's going to be one of the best uses of $32 you've ever experienced. I promise you that. I definitely promise you that it's going to be, from the first page, a bomb. It's coming, and I want you to take full advantage of it. Again, it's something I'm extremely excited about. I think I've done some immense work over the years. I've done some great work in my writing, both in what I consider books. Now, I have way more books than 25 books, but I don't call a book until it's hit 200 pages. So for all the works that I've done that are under 200 pages, they're out there. It's like mad crazy. That's what I do. I write, I speak, I teach, I engage. I'm in the community. I'm literally touching hands. I had 3 young men today. And when I say young men, I'm talking grown men with careers, degrees, and everything else. But we're also training them to touch the guys who don't have that, who are looking up and don't see a way out, who are hurting, who are struggling, who are fighting to find themselves. All of this stuff it means so much to me. And I'm starting to see the work that I put in for years start to bear fruit in ways that I would have never imagined. I'm starting to see it pay. And I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful that I never quit, that I never gave up, that I didn't look at it. And I was talking to the young man today about this, and we were talking about how hard of a year that I've had since my last birthday. I just celebrated my birthday on Monday, and the previous 12 months have done everything but kill me. That was a point that I was struggling to breathe. I was just taking such a heavy hit, and I wanted to retreat into a corner and lick my wounds, but my purpose wouldn't let me. A part of my pride wouldn't let me. I couldn't quit. I couldn't fold. I couldn't run to a corner and just say, I'm just going to be about me for a while. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. And I'm so thankful to God that it didn't happen, because I'm starting to see my work pay off now. And I'm starting to see things, man, doors are opening that I'm not even talking about, because not everybody out there is wishing me well. Not everybody out there wants to see me succeed. And I have to be very careful about that. You know, I've always been just, hey man, we're doing this. And I didn't realize that I was creating a great deal of friction that was unnecessary friction. There's always going to be resistance. That's part of strength, training, and growth, and the building of and development of character and integrity and all of that. But there's sometimes you just bring stuff into your life that you don't need to. And so I had to learn that the hard way. But trust me, things are unfolding. I'm in a good position. I'm breathing now. And again, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the opportunity to be who I am. And I'm encouraging you, man, support the work we're doing in the Black community. Definitely get the war on black wealth, breaking the code. You want it. Trust me, you want it. With that being said, look, I'm here at the gym. I'm about to pull in and do my thing. And I encourage you to have a great day. And we're going to touch bases again. Maybe even tonight, but definitely if not tonight, tomorrow. And I hope you have a good evening. On that note, I'm out of here. Peace.